All right, welcome back to the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show here on WKYC Plus. You see him from Channel 3 Sports, of course, Nick Camino. He will be the host of the 3-hour pregame show leading up to Guardians Cubs on Channel 3 today. Nick, how you doing?
It's great to be here. A lot going on today, right? This is always like a celebration, right? Optimism.
Yeah.
And you think about the start they had to the season. I know it's a small sample size where they played like 4% of the season, but we'll take it, right? 2 or 3
It's
against
a great
the Dodgers.
start.
Yeah.
Listen, they had the hardest road trip you could possibly have to start a season. West Coast, 2 really good teams. And to come out of that with a winning record is great.
We had Curtis in yesterday. I told him 2-5, bro. I was
That's
thinking 2-5.
Yeah.
If you get one in each city, well done.
Come home 2-5. You've played 4% of your season. You're fine. They go 4-3.
Yeah.
I was impressed with that.
It was very impressive, and we got Joey Cantillo pitching today. He didn't have a great first start. Hopefully he'll bounce back. Tell us what's in store in the pregame show today.
Oh, well, we've got a lot of guests lined up.
Yeah.
An all-star cast will be joining us, different players. Stephen Kwan, Stephen Vogt is going to join us. Paul Dolan, the Guardians owner, will join us.
Yeah, he very
He's
often.
how you get that off?
Yeah, so we'll have the owner on. That's always fun to check in with him. And a lot of great guests from the front office as well. So nice to celebrate baseball being back and kind of talk to the who's who of Guardians baseball.
And we got good weather, I think.
Yeah.
Betsy was nervous about it.
We
It
need
was
Betsy back
borderline.
in here today to
Has Betsy
confirm.
given you an update?
I think we're going to be fine. I think it's
Really?
going to, it'll be all right. I think it might get a little, if you're going down to the game, you're watching at home, wherever you're at right now, I would bring an extra jacket like for later innings. I think you're good going down there with the polo or the short sleeves, but I think you're going to have to layer up a little bit by the end of the game.
All right, what are you most excited about with opening day?
I just think it's baseball being back, Adam. I mean, you know that opening day it's like a national holiday in Cleveland. So having it here, having them playing well for a few games, just seeing the ballpark packed, seeing, I know this sounds kind of funny, but like the blue seats and just kind of like they've really done a nice job. Ballpark, this is going to be its 33rd opening day. It opened in 94.
It's hard.
It's in an unbelievable shape.
It's just like our houses and everything. It's hard to keep things up. You look at these places. I mean, the Atlanta Braves have had like 3 different ballparks since Jacobs Field opened in '94. It's hard to keep up with all of that, and so it'll be fun to just see this place shining in one of its its best moments, opening day for sure.
I wonder if Progressive Field is now in the 10 oldest stadiums.
Oh, it has to be.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, even though it's not that long in the grand scheme.
Camden Yards is probably right
Camden's
there.
got it by a year.
the only one-
obviously Fenway and Wrigley.
Who's been and Dodger Stadium.
And Dodgers.
Dodger Stadium, Wrigley,
Royals.
and Fenway are the only ones.
Royals.
The Royal Stadium is they've been around. That's probably
That's
since
for 60s.
yeah.
Was Coors Field in Colorado kind of the same time?
I think it might have been
Cleveland,
before.
something like
It
that.
might have been. Yeah.
I can't remember what year
because
the
they were an
Rockies
expansion
came
team in
in.
'93, I think.
Yeah, all right.
So,
But you're right, they just pop up though. The Rangers, they've been in 2 different ballparks
right.
since
the Rangers, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean
It's
most
that oil money down there.
probably 2/3 of the stadiums close to it are since in this century.
Yeah.
So Toronto, that's probably
Skydomes predates it.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah,
By a couple
but-
years.
See, this sound,
but yes,
This
probably
sound-
somewhere around 10.
this sound like my living situation. Y'all done bought 3 more houses. I've been just going to apartments. You just, I'm moving again. Why you moving? I thought you just bought that. We gave that away.
Well, that's Jason.
No, that's Jay. That's Jay.
Yeah, sorry, Jay.
That's Jay. That's not Jay.
Don't bring me into this.
Jay's got
I moved one time.
Jay's got a house in every town in America.
Yeah, I was in Tampa. I'm like, Tampa? I thought you was. Did
You
you
got
get
one in
that up?
Sandusky
Man,
to keep all his old childhood memorabilia.
You got the houseboat. I'll be living in that joint in the bottom. Like, it's just me and Gilligan. Now, Chase DeLauter, man. Listen, is there any level of excitement that you feel like the buzz around Guardians with this nice, great young hitter? It's been the first time we didn't had a young hitter like that since the 90s.
The excitement surrounding him is unbelievable, and I know Jason and Adam, you guys share this as well. The only thing that prevents me from going like goo goo gaga crazy over it is the injury history. And of course, in the first series, there you go. You get a fluke swing foul ball off of an Ohtani fastball. It's like that's what is scaring people. But for the most part, I would say, prospect-wise, maybe Lloyd will hit me over the head, but I would say since Manny Ramirez, we're talking
Outfield prospects.
Right.
I hate
Outfield,
to say it.
I mean, he's their best prospect since Lindor. But
overall, yes.
homegrown, drafted,
Right.
all of it. Yes.
How many times we sat here and talked about their lack of ability to develop an outfield?
Right.
Power.
And their best player was not a big prospect in Jose Ramirez.
Yeah.
But Lindor's a good one. I mean, homegrown, drafted,
Right.
drafted him, developed him, went through the system quick. That's a good one.
I remember interviewing Lindor before he was in the big leagues, and Dustin and I were in Goodyear, and we interviewed him. He was in big league camp. He had not been in the majors yet. I said to Dustin, not that I'm some genius, because, well, I am a genius, but not for this reason. But I said, oh, he's going to be good. I could just tell.
A guy they took 6th overall.
Yeah, I knew it. Right?
Go out on a limb.
You went out a little limb. No.
Yeah, that was a bold.
You can tell if a guy has
prediction.
it, and you probably sense that. Like, he's got that
He was
it factor.
ahead of his years. Mike, do we have the lineup yet by any chance?
Still have not seen the lineup.
It's
yet.
early. It's
I
early.
promise
not
you,
till
as
noon.
soon as I get that notification, Bull, I will cut off whatever we're talking about,
Okay.
and I will read you
I'm
the
just
lineup.
curious because I think
Adam
we're all
will critique that thing line by line. I've
Yes.
seen it on
You know it's
social media.
opening day.
100%.
You got the lineup. It's the lineup.
What are we doing here? This guy should be batting 7th. Yeah, well,
Come on, Steve.
But to your
Bad
point,
job out of you.
I'm just a little antsy because I'm hoping Chase DeLauter's in the lineup.
Well, sure.
I expect him to be. I know they
He was available to pinch hit the other night.
Right, so I'm assuming he's going to play, but I just want to see it because I think that, a level of the excitement. Obviously, opening day is going to be exciting.
Yeah.
The Cubs makes it exciting. The good weather makes it exciting. But Chase DeLauter, the hotshot prospect, great road trip.
We need a home
Being
run.
in his home debut.
We need one tonight.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
like
Oh,
that.
my God. Can you
If-
imagine the crowd?
If you ever can predict a walk-off or be like, man, wouldn't that be great if you hit a home run?
I'll tell you, like it became it already had a cult following feel last year when he debuted and he played the Country Road song. I'm telling you guys, nobody knew. Everybody had heard the name. Nobody was familiar with him.
Right. Yeah.
The entire sold-out stadium is singing that song.
Hey.
as he's coming up. It was
yeah.
cool.
That's one of the greatest. You think Wrist Up is crazy? Country Road for Chase DeLauter when
Yeah.
you come on, like that's a cheat code. Like that's crazy. Everybody know your theme music.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. You
All right,
get a home run tonight.
what
it's
else are we
crazy.
excited about today?
You know what? Well, today, it's just in general, baseball being
Yeah.
back in Cleveland is great. The season, I was talking with Jason's colleague, Zach Meisel, about this, and you do podcasts. I was just talking about, this club continually doesn't make sense. Like, you look at the starting
Right.
rotation, and you look at a guy like Bybee and Gavin Williams, tremendous. They'll be lights out. The guys in the rest of the rotation, maybe some question marks. The bullpen. I think the one thing we've forgotten about is, yes, you lost Emmanuel Clase. We always talk about the gambling. How about the pitcher that you lost?
Right,
Probably
right.
one of the most dominant pitchers I've ever seen. I
Yeah.
mean, I know you were in New York for a while, Mariano Rivera. Right
Yeah,
there,
but
I mean,
Clase's fantastic,
right?
yeah.
And then you look at the lineup, right? Are they going to be able to score enough runs? So it's like
Right.
there's so many question marks about this team, and you say, do they have this? Do they have that? Can they really do this? By the end of the year, you look up, they could win this division again.
It's funny that you say that. I was listening to MLB radio yesterday, and it was C.J. Nitkowski and Ryan Spilborghs, right? And they happened. I was good timing because I turned on the show as they were about to start a conversation about the Guardians-Dodgers series. The series had just ended, and they were talking about it. And C.J. Nitkowski, who I used to do a podcast with, great guy, knows baseball really well. He goes, Spilly, I think we underestimate. I think I'm already ready to say we underestimated the Guardians yet
do it
again
every
this
year.
year. Every year. There's two teams. People think the Rays. It's not. It's the Guardians and the Brewers.
Yeah.
People discount those National League people like, the Brewers. The Cubs are going to win the division. Forget the Brewers. Forget the Guardians. The Tigers. They were people. Again, it's 1 week. The Guardians might stink this year. You never know.
They could.
But there were people picking the Twins to finish ahead of the Guardians,
That's
which is
insane.
insane. I think the Twins could lose 100
I
games.
was just going to say that. They're going to lose 100
terrible.
games. They're
But-
expecting to.
Exactly. So, yes, and we understand why, because they don't have a lot of sexy names on their team. They don't spend any money, but there's something about the culture of this franchise that money can't buy. Yeah, yes, we'd all love them to spend more money. Of
course.
We'd all love the payroll to be $150 million instead of $90 million. But there is still something special about this organization, the stability of the organization, that brings out the best, especially of the pitching.
And not that they're free of criticism, but I do think the front office, they kind of deserve the benefit of the doubt to say, okay, are they going to be able to make this work again? That's just what Antonetti and Chernoff are able to do with the financial restraints that they have. I think it's at least for us to say, okay, let's see how this works. The payroll $74 million about though.
Oh yeah,
don't-
not even 90.
Hey, don't
I
be
think it's the
inflating
lowest
that.
or second lowest maybe in all of baseball. It's inexcusable. I mean, they had a higher payroll in '95.
That was. Ooh.
I think they did.
They-
2001
Or at least by
for sure.
2001, definitely.
For sure.
Right, they were over 100 million in 2001.
And just-
It's crazy. It's disappointing. But all right, you don't want to think about that on opening day. Right now, we want to think about getting a W.
Let's get your predictions.
Predictions? It's
Yeah, well-
baseball, but okay. Nick, prediction for the game.
Predictions for today, I think the Guardians win. Predictions for the season, I think they're good enough to be a playoff team.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll go division winner just yet.
Yeah. Jason.
Well, that's going to be unoriginal because I'll take them to win today, and I think they're a wild card team. I don't think they win the division.
I'm taking them to win today. Hosey, home run. DeLauter, home run. They win, and I do think they win the division.
Guardians won 1-0 in 12 innings today.
Of course.
Yeah. And
You say 1-0
I
in
think they're going to
12?
win a wild card. What's that?
You said they win 1-0 in 12.
1-0 in 12.
I'll one up you. I got 1-0 in 18.
That would be the longest game in the Ghost Runner era.
It's crazy. I just got a. This is Ant. He had 1-0 in 23. Ant, what a pick.
That is a bold prediction,
You
Anthony.
Price is Right guys killed me with
All
that.
right, everybody watch
$1.
WKYC Channel 3. The live pregame with Nick Camino starts at 1 p.m. The game starts at 4:10. That will be on WKYC as well. Nick, thanks for joining us.
Guys, a lot of fun.